along into the Sporty Show. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Sara and we saw waterworks last night with Cristiano Ronaldo absolutely losing all emotions on the pitch. We'll get to that momentarily because Klinton has a lot to say about it.
Today we are going to have a feast.
We're going to have a roast.
All I need now, I need a piece of very big lamb. Because everything I'm going to speak about that man today, I would need at least a very huge hunk.
Should we just leave you to it? We can just...
No. Obviously, I'm gonna get some support from you guys, because you guys, I'm sure you were quite disappointed as well. So we are on the same page, fam. All right, man.
I don't think we're quite as disappointed.
No. I'm sure you guys are 100%. Sarah, come on, you are as disappointed as me.
The word disappointed isn't the word I would use to explain it.
I mean, well, that's the word I would explain it from now till thy kingdom come. I was very disappointed. Like, that guy should do... Anyways, no, let's at least make welcome Alex. Let's introduce Alex properly. Jesus. See, listen, right now, Alex is more important than somebody that cries on the pitch. You know that, right? So let's at least, you know, say, Wagwan, Alex, Ash, Mo... Come on, Sarah, let's do it together. All right, let's do it. And right in the show, we have Alex Ashmore.
Thank you, guys.
Alex, apologies for that. I don't know what that...
No, I think Alex... No, I think he deserves it, because for somebody to come onto the show every single time his country plays and is wearing a pink... is it pink or... Alex, is that pink or red? The bow tie you always wear. Not
this one's blue.
No, right, okay, yes.
He called it pink, I'm dead.
No, the red bow tie.
Oh, yeah, it's a red bow tie, right, okay.
I've gone for a different one today. England aren't playing.
Yeah. Obviously, my wish the other time was to, you know, get us to a point where you will not be able to wear that pink one. Sorry, the red one again. But, you know, hopefully the next game.
Switzerland, it's going to be tough for England. Guys, make sure you're following SportyTV on all of our socials, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram. We are there covering the Euros every single match day, so come on the journey with us. Here's what's coming up on today's show.
We start today's Sporty Show by looking at yesterday's dramatic games, including Ronaldo's antics during the Portugal-Slovenia match. We also analyse France's lacklustre victory over Belgium, as they once again left it late to score the winner. And we also look towards today's games, as Netherlands face Romania and Turkey take on Austria.
Yes, a lot to get into today, but there is only one place to start. Let's see a little bit of what happened last night. Or not?
And his Portuguese teammates right now are consoling him. He's not fighting them back anymore, he's letting it all out. He is feeling this, and they know that they need him to lift his head and go again, because there is still 15 minutes of football to be played. And his Portuguese teammates right now are consoling him.
Oh, God. Hold on, wait, let me cry.
Let
me cry for Ronaldo. Raise your hand if your goat has been found crying. Where are they?
Gary's not here.
Oh, Gary.
If in the last 20 days your goat has been found crying on the pitch, can you raise your hands up? All right, okay. Well, I'm glad that none of us, our goat, has been found crying recently. Mr. Cristiano Ronaldo, listen, this is a brotherly advice from a fellow brother, okay? I think you're too old for that stuff, man. Like, come on, man. Come on, Ronaldo. Stop looking for some kind of media attention. Like, it shouldn't be about you, bruv. Fam, yesterday's game, there were people we should be focusing on. All Black should be focused on, right? Diogo Costa should be focused on. These are people that put up some serious, tremendous performance on that pitch. We should be speaking about them, not some big baby crying on the pitch. Why? Because things were just not going his way. And come on, man.
Let's backtrack a little bit there. So, yes, Portugal ended up beating Slovenia in penalties last night. The match goes into extra time, and Cristiano Ronaldo is set to take a penalty against the one and only Oblak, if you will. The penalty was not a bad penalty at all, but Oblak just got to it. Amazing, brilliant save from him. And then we see the break in between the two halves of extra time, and Cristiano Ronaldo, Alex, loses all composure, obviously very emotional. We'll get to that. And then second half continues. We go into penalties, and it was Diogo Costa who saved 3 penalties in a row for Portugal. Brilliant, easy peasy lemon squeezy, because, well, these penalties were some of the worst I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, that's like penalty shootout 101. Don't put it at a savable height. I don't care if you're, put it anywhere in the goal, but don't put it waist height where it's easy to dive and save. And, Diego Costa did the job. First goalkeeper to ever save 3 penalties at the Euros, and also first goalkeeper to not concede a goal at the Euros, which is an impressive stat for him, but a damning one for Slovenia.
Yeah, I mean, listen, like the penalties, my biggest issue was that you could tell where the players were going to shoot as they were walking up to the ball. I shouldn't be able to tell from my TV here in Madrid, So they definitely needed practice. You could tell they were nervous. You could tell that they're obviously not as comfortable doing this. And I get it, it's a big stage to do it, but they were shocking.
They should do a lot better than that. And I think it's, especially when we talk about the teams that have surprised us this tournament, you've got to take those moments. I think of Benjamin Šeško's chance. Had he, converted something like that, they wouldn't have to go to penalties. But when you do go to penalties, it is effectively 50-50. I know some players obviously have better ability when it comes to taking penalties. They have more experience, but it levels the playing field so much more than when you're playing just in normal play. And Slovenia had a massive chance to knock out Portugal, and I don't think they could have done any worse.
Listen, I think you guys are not really seeing the other side of this whole thing, though. I think Slovenia came to that match without thinking that we were going to go to a penalty. They knew, they came in because they felt like we are going for the win. Listen, because I don't understand I don't know which match you guys watched, but from what I saw, Slovenia came there with some kind of proper abido shika.
They weren't bad, but when you have like Benjamin Šeško going up one-on-one against Diogo Costa, you have to score those goals.
Yeah.
That one-on-one in the second half there, when I realized he wasn't going to score that, I knew Portugal would win. Because if you cannot convert this into a goal, it is not going to be enough.
If you feel like because he's missed a one-on-one and you felt like,
No, it's because they missed all their chances. They missed every single one.
No, but what about, are you trying to say Portugal didn't have chances?
No.
How many free kicks?
The difference
How many free kicks? Lionel Messi would have converted at least 2 of those free kicks that Cristiano Ronaldo had in that game.
Of course. Okay,
easy.
let's
easy stuff.
Okay, we're getting way too away from this. We have to start with one thing, because we're talking about Slovenia. We're not talking about Portugal.
No, wait. I mean, what's my business with Slovenia? Like,
they played last night. You have to talk about that.
No, listen, hang on. Wait. We are speaking about the people they played against, right? You made a statement. You said, right, that I don't know how you said it earlier.
Their penalties were bad.
No. It was something entirely different, right? But because you were basically saying Slovenia, they had opportunities, right? That they should, but I'm not telling you why you putting up to Slovenia when Portugal, they equally had opportunities to bury the game. Like, look at the distance to the post where Ronaldo had to take a few free kicks, right? Fam, Alex, all those 3 chances, all those 3 opportunities or 4 opportunities that Ronaldo had, you probably would bury one. Like, facts. Like, I would
I don't back myself.
No, but I trust you, bro. Come on, man. I know what you can do and what you can't. I know you will bury one of those stuff. Alex, you will try one. Sarah, you will try half of it. At least you will go.
I would have scored.
Thank you. Like, see, when you support Lionel Messi, this is what you believe you can do too, right? Because we've watched a proper GOAT do these things times that number, and we know what a fan of a GOAT or somebody who has watched him, you would know. Ronaldo was just doing this is the time where I feel like he should just. It's not every time he has to be me. Like, the moment Bruno Fernandes would have done something.
Bruno Fernandes is.
I mean, the penalty that made him cry, right? We know. Let's be sincere with ourselves. Like, please, viewers, you guys know what I'm about to tell you is like the gospel truth. If there's anybody that should be taking penalties for Portugal right now, it should be Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes has proven times with that number that he's probably one of the best penalty takers in the planet currently. He doesn't miss. He's not stressed. There's nothing. He will just go in front of the goal. He knows where the ball is going to go. He's going to put it there. And at least 98% chances the keeper will not catch the ball. Ronaldo currently, you could clearly see that he was going through a very hard time with all those set pieces. It wasn't working for him. The question is, at what point do you call it a day? To say, okay, you remember we were speaking about Ronaldo being a leader that we've seen in a couple of games. This is the point where I would have expected him to show this personality. To be like, right, okay, today's not working out for me. The ball is not coming, right? You know, there's few instances where he was just at the wrong place or he's just a few meters away from where the ball is going to go. He would jump in and it's not coming to him and you could tell how frustrated he was, right? So if you've tried 1-2, maybe you'll be like, okay, I would be happy to take the ball as Cristiano Ronaldo and say, Bruno Fernandes, come do it. It would be more honorable than for him to always, every single time, there is a set piece. He's already guiding the whole of that area like he's a security officer. Fam, security officers don't even guard places like that the way he tried to guard the ball for him to go take a set piece. And he was just messing things up. Bruno Fernandes, there are so many people in the Portuguese team, even Bernardo Silva. Trust me, he would even take those set pieces better than Cristiano Ronaldo at this point. And I don't understand why he continues doing it.
I think for me, the damning thing is when I talked about Cristiano coming into this Euros, I was impressed by how maybe he'd become a little bit more selfless in terms of his style of play. He was setting up his opponents, he was passing the ball more. But it does take away from that, we know the top Ronaldo back in 2016, 17, when he was playing for Real Madrid, he would dominate games and he would win games by himself. I think this today, an analogy I would use is, you can teach a boxer a technique, but if at the end of the day, he's always going to revert to type and swing. Ronaldo reverted to type yesterday. Was trying to dominate the game himself. He had, 5 shots. I think the free kicks were even, it was disappointing to see. He's taken 60 free kicks at World Cups and Euros. Have a guess how many he scored?
Oh, it's so low. I saw this
1.
stat.
Oh, my God.
1.
Oh,
so
my God.
I think it's I don't know, it's disappointing to see. I know he's an amazing player. He's still got it, but I don't know whether it was just an off night for him last night.
No, stop. One person
really
who did think that Ronaldo had a ton of leadership, in fact, and it's not Klinton Cod, was Coach Roberto Martinez. This is what he had to say after the match last night.
First and foremost, I think it's a constant example for us. When you see a player, the only player, let's say, that has ever played 6 European Championships, and he's got that responsibility, that desire, that belief as a young man, those emotions are incredible for someone that has won everything and has experienced everything. He doesn't need to care that much. And that's why I thank him for being the way he is, for caring for the group, for being someone that after missing a penalty, which only the penalty takers can miss penalties, and you have to give credit to the goalkeeper. He was the first penalty taker. I was certain that he had to be the first penalty taker and show us the way to the victory. And I think we're all very, very proud of our captain. The dressing room was delighted with what he's done, and I think he gave us all a lesson that you need to live every day as the last one. You need to have real high standards and never give up. Life and football gives you difficult moments, and the way he reacted is a real example that we are very proud in Portuguese football. First and foremost, I think it's a constant example for us.
Okay. No, because now it's my turn.
All right, don't worry, go on, it's fine.
Because to be proud of Ronaldo, I think, and the way he talks about he doesn't have to care anymore. If he doesn't care, then don't call him up. Of course he cares, right? Some of the things he said, Roberto Martinez, I don't really understand. But listen, you're Cristiano Ronaldo. You are the captain of your Portuguese team. You don't score this penalty. It was in fact saved. I understand. That is heart-wrenching. It's very difficult. You are trying to win this match. But for you to then go and cry in front of your teammates who you are supposed to be picking up, in front of the other team who now, if I'm Slovenia, I'm looking at this thinking, we have broken him. That's an absolute boost for the Slovenian team. What are you talking about? Leadership. Also, you didn't have a good match. I'm getting to the point now where Ronaldo is harming Portugal more than, in fact, bringing in, any sort of advantage. Like you guys spoke about, the free kicks. Why are you taking all of them? You were shooting them into the stands. He wasn't able to do anything, and I think it's sad because we've seen, like you mentioned, that glorious time when he was at Madrid and what he was capable of, but it's just something that comes with age, and it is a tough pill to swallow, but he needs to be starting on the bench, because if I were the coach and this was the attitude I saw, I wouldn't be saying, oh, passion, oh, it's because he cares. I'd be like, this is embarrassing because we have another 15 minutes to play. Go leave it all out on the pitch and cry after the match like everyone else does.
I think the big thing is Ronaldo is a focal point of this Portuguese attack, and they look to him to be, you know, the guy who gets you the goals, who gets you in those good positions. But when he's not performing, they still continue to look to him, and they've got to have some sort of change of tactic. They can't, it's like England. Can't keep doing the same thing and expect it to change. I know Ronaldo is one of the best players to ever play football, and in those big moments he can turn up. Obviously in the penalty shootout he did, but when you're constantly looking for Ronaldo in your attack, you know, and he's not performing, you've got to think of ways to change it. And I don't think, you know, I think it was right to keep him on, because obviously the penalty shootout was a possibility, and you can't not have Ronaldo on a penalty shootout. He's one of the best penalty takers there ever has been. Yesterday's penalty, it wasn't a bad penalty, it was a good save, but I agree with you. I think when you look at that Portuguese attack, it would be so much more fluid, and I feel like they could do so much more if he came off the bench with 20 minutes to go. And that, you know, imagine you're a team like Slovenia and you think you've got Portugal under check, and then they bring Ronaldo on with 15 minutes to go. That's a whole new problem that you've got to deal with. Not just Bernardo Silva. You know, these players, João Felix and Rafael Leão, these are players that are producing that quality. But when you add in that Cristiano Ronaldo element at the end, it can do so much more than I think it can when he's starting. 10 years ago, yes. Now I feel like you've got to change his role a little bit.
Ronaldo just needs to understand that, you know, at some point in life, there is time for everything. There is time for you to want to have the whole shine on a pitch. There is time for you to, I mean, the time where he should be looking at trying to get the shine is gone. There's something I realized about Ronaldo when he's on the pitch, and I'll tell you this thing for free. I don't care what anybody has to say. I don't care what anybody wants to think. If you're a Ronaldo fan, you think I'm lying, please go and hug a transformer, right? Now, fact is, and I've noticed it with Cristiano, right? When he's on the pitch, right? If you notice, he's always looking at that big screen that shows all the players whenever the camera comes on them. Like, there's just, I don't know if, listen, I've noticed this thing times without number, yeah? When anything happens, if he tries to head a ball and it doesn't come to him, or he passes the ball, he's looking at the screen there to see if it's my face that's being shown there. Fam, you've been playing this thing all your life, like you've had all the media attention. There's not, he's one of the, I don't know if he's probably who is the most famous person? Maybe Lionel, obviously after Lionel Messi, right? Who would you say is the most famous person, right? You'll probably bring in...
At the moment?
Or
I'd probably say Mbappe. In terms of
bro,
fame...
I'm not talking about kids. Like, I'm talking about, like, you know...
I think it was Ronaldo, but did Messi overtake him when the World Cup happened? I think there was a social... Like, I'm just talking about, like, social media followers.
Yeah, but no, let's leave the social... If we want to go by social media, Ronaldo is probably one of the most followed, right? But what I'm trying to say here is Ronaldo he's been through any kind of media popularity, right? Like I said, he's one of the most famous people on earth. I don't understand why every single time he's on the pitch, he's still trying to look for some kind of attention, right?
He's
like I said,
followed on socials.
Like I said, this guy, there were two people on that pitch who we should be speaking about a lot. We should be literally giving every single credit to. Oblak and Diogo Costa, right? These two guys were if not for the fact that Diogo Costa even saved 3 penalties, the best man of that game was Oblak, right? Because he was literally the man of the match. And then they went to the penalty shootout. Diogo Costa took the shine because obviously he saved 3 penalties, which is, I wouldn't really say is yes, he followed the ball, very good. But the people that were playing it, they were all rubbish. Like I said, Slovenia, they came to that game without thinking they were going to do anything about penalties. They just went there to win. And we saw it. They had chances. They played very well against a team like Portugal, who I would classify as one of the most complete teams in the tournament. Like, they have everything it takes to win this tournament if they wanted to. And you're facing a team like Slovenia, and then you are crying. Ronaldo crying. Like, Ronaldo, this is why when I look at Lionel Messi and I would try to compare them, both of them, and we know where they've become, I will tell you 100 reasons why Lionel Messi is... Corey, go on.
There's a comment from a friend on YouTube here. I just want to share it.
If
Emmanuel,
the person is going to say what's going to piss me off,
no.
let's block him in advance already.
from Emmanuel, for him to say he must be a fool for him to say Messi would have scored 2 or more goals.
See, listen, no, let me not give this person an attention because they've pissed me off already. Tell the person to go and hug 2 transformers in their village, right? But see, even the person knows what I'm saying is true. Like, everybody knows this is fact, right? Messi, come on, you know.
Oh, I know.
Okay, let's not say 2. But Messi would have at least one would have hit maybe the woodworkers. Like, there is something that will give you that mindset of, damn, man, the GOAT is here again. He's proven it again, right? What Ronaldo was doing yesterday was he was either rocketing it into his museum in Portugal, or he was playing it directly to the goalkeeper, or he was just... Let me tell you, Ronaldo's game yesterday was about emotions, crying, and maybe just trying to look at himself on the big screen to see if... And there was some crazy looks he was also giving yesterday, like he was some time...
Did you see what he did, like, after he scored the penalty, the one he converted during the penalty shootout? When he looked at the fan, he was just like... doing this, like, kind of thing, like, look at the fans and just, give you a little celebration. Like, I understand, but, like, even that I found, like, in terms of what Klinton is saying, he is so aware that what he is doing is getting the attention.
No, fact,
At one point, they show his mom crying. He's crying. I'm sitting here being like, we're watching a soap opera. Like, it was incredible.
I don't understand it. Like, listen, this is why I'm enjoying Messi currently. You see, the thing about Messi right now, right? You could tell that man is just enjoying life. Like, he's done it all. And that's when football becomes even sweeter in your life, right? You're just helping people shine. If I am Ronaldo, right? Yesterday, I've taken my first free kick. It's not gone in. I've tried the second one. It's not gone in. At this point, I'll be like, okay, maybe... There are some days you wake up and you feel like today is not my day, right? Or things are not just going the way I want them. And my kind of personality, when I come across those kind of days, do you know what I do, right? I will just go sleep because I'm just waiting for the next day to come so everything will change, right? If I was Ronaldo and things was not happening for me, at that point, I will become a leader and say, okay, right, there's an opportunity for us to make things happen. Now, that penalty... The reason Ronaldo went there and he was trying to show us that he has asthma, he would always have that. Fam, if you want inhaler, I have 4. I will give you 1. Stop doing all those your breathing to make us think that you're going to do something special. You ain't going to do no special stuff. What did he do? He showed us the confidence and boom, keeper saved it again. What's it called? Fernandes could have easily converted that to a goal. There's somebody else in the team that would have converted one of those free kicks. He had them in one of the most perfect, positions on the pitch, and he was just wasting it all. It wasn't your day. Just become the leader. I've told you before that the Ronaldo I want to see is the matured Ronaldo that has done everything, and there is nothing to prove. I understand he doesn't have a World Cup, right? But it's just a World Cup.
Wait, one more time, what?
Sorry? I mean, he doesn't have a World Cup, and he will never have it at this, right? Unless he wants to stick by saying he wants to play with his son at some point in life. Maybe he might end up getting the World Cup, with he might be carrying some walking sticks on the pitch. Who knows?
Someone says, Oscar says Klinton loves CR7 but won't admit it.
Sorry, repeat that.
Oscar, Klinton loves CR7 but won't admit it.
I mean,
closet Cristiano Ronaldo fan.
No, I mean, the truth is, I like him and his family. He's got from, the kids, his lifestyle. But his football currently, I prefer my football than Cristiano Ronaldo. You'd rather have me striking for you than Ronaldo. Fact.
For me, with Ronaldo, and you talked about it, Sarah, when you're a bigger player as he is the biggest name in that dressing room. When you're not playing well, you can't be huffing and puffing. You can't be showing. You've got to be, because the other players, the younger players in that dressing room, will be looking to Ronaldo and going, well, if he's thinking like that, we're
I might as well go die.
So if he can't afford to show, weakness in a way. He's got to be strong. He's got to be, especially when he scored the penalty, when he was, almost like apologising. He's got to be pumping the fans up. He's got to be like, screaming. This
is the reason why I'm telling you that this thing is all about me. He's just looking for, he's just a big baby. You know one of those rich kids that you just want everyone to see that things are happening. Mm-hmm. this is going to be the third time I'm saying this, right? There are people we should be focused on. I don't know.
Let's focus on some of those players really quickly.
No. We are going to. But since he was looking for the attention, let me pump him with the attention he needs. That's my own problem. You know, whenever Ronaldo...
His plan worked.
His plan actually did work. It did work, but I'm going to grill him for it, right? He just has to stop. Like, he has to... Fam, it shouldn't be all about you. You have all the followers on Instagram. If you want the attention, just go and post some, just post something with you and your girlfriend in a beach or something. You know, he would always know how to get people to talk. And let him just come out of that phase. You know, he's big. He's bigger than that, man.
Yeah, I think you're both right. Alex, you hit the nail on the head, though, by saying, like, Cristiano Ronaldo needs to be that player that you bring on in the 70th minute at this point, because he's played every single match for Portugal. Why? I don't even know. I mean, the loss to Georgia, obviously they had a fully rotated squad. Ronaldo's still in there. They lost 2-0. Like, he's older. Like, just be careful a bit, because obviously when you get to a certain age, injuries are a thing. But my question now becomes, is Roberto Martinez, the right man for this job? Because, this is Ronaldo's team, and you can tell. Mm-hmm. He's making all the decisions. He's playing every single game. He's not getting taken off.
Yep.
He's taking every free kick.
Yep.
Roberto Martinez is not the coach of this team. It's Ronaldo.
It's Ronaldo for real. And that's why we just heard him speak, right? You could clearly tell. Okay, yes, Ronaldo is probably one of the most important persons in Portugal. Right?
Sure.
He's probably the most famous person in Portugal as well, right? No, if I ask you, what's the name of the Portuguese president?
I don't know.
What's the name of the Portuguese president?
The president?
The president of Portugal, or whoever is in charge.
I don't know, but you could say like a Luis Figo, you could say a little Deco. Deco's Brazilian.
But let me tell you, if you go to Africa today and say to children, what do you know about Portugal? The only thing they'll probably say to you is Cristiano Ronaldo. Yeah? So meaning that he is like a god there. Listening to Martinez, the coach, right? You could clearly see somebody who just worshipped a player because of the achievement of this player, having Cristiano Ronaldo in the team. If they tell me that they are having Ronaldo to start every single game, or they just want to have him somewhere around the horizon of Portuguese football, right, for the benefits of the media and the popularity of the country, almost like doing some kind of touristic or whatever, right, then that's fine. Yeah. But if you're believing that at this age, the level where Ronaldo plays now, you think he's very necessary for your team, then I think you're not a real coach. You are just a finidi George half, we might probably put him in that WhatsApp group that we've been putting all these crazy coaches. But because at least they are still winning, maybe we can still just cut him the slack, and then it's Cristiano Ronaldo. When it's Ronaldo, it's like, when you see him on the pitch, you could clearly tell that he's there just because I know that these people want to see me, right? He's no longer there because, I'm trying to play some kind of game that means there's some kind of glory that comes between myself and him. It's just Ronaldo. It's just his presence. It's just the aura that comes with the name Ronaldo. And that's why every single second on the pitch, and if he yawns, if he coughs, if he breathes, he's looking at the screen to see if the cameras are catching him do all of this stuff. And if he's not, you will see him still trying to pay attention to that camera. Fam, focus on your football. Play football. Leave the cameras alone, Ronaldo. Leave the cameras alone.
I'm going to read one last comment before we move on. Oladele coming for us hot. Klinton is such a fool, talking like Messi didn't also lose a penalty in the World Cup and also in the Copa America final. Didn't Messi also cry? I'll have this one. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
As somebody who is a very big Messi fan, Messi cried at the end of the match, not in the middle, when the game is still going and the focus should be on delivering the football. There was no emotional disconnect. And in the end, he won the Copa America at the Maracanã. And he ended up winning the World Cup.
Thank you, Sarah. It's a very simple answer. And I mean, Alex, like you said earlier, right? At this point, as a leader, right, your people are not meant to be lifting you up. You should be lifting people up. Like you said, if I was playing for the Portuguese team as a youngster, let's give an example. Who's probably the youngest person playing for Portugal currently? I don't know. But let's imagine.
Gonçalo Ramos, maybe.
Okay. Now imagine him looking at his goat crying At this point, he's going to feel like, the most rubbish situation that comes up to me, I have the right to cry. If Ronaldo cries like this, why does he have to cry?
I think crying is fine. And I think doing it after, let's say they lost.
Yeah.
You see them on the pitch, on the ground. It happens to all the footballers. I totally get that. I'm not getting mad at Ronaldo for being emotional because I think that's totally
emotion is natural.
I think it's the fact that it happened during the middle of a match when there was still time to play, because I think this is a bad look for the rest of his team because they're now scared. And this is Slovenia being like I mentioned already, that's a great move for Slovenia. That's giving them motivation. Wait until the end of the game because that's really when it's over. But you still have time to deliver and play football. So go out there and fight for that penalty back. That's what I wanted to see. Let's move on from Ronaldo, though. Because
Thank you. We have to move on from him, right?
Because we have to talk about Diogo Costa.
No. And it's not even just Diogo Costa. That's the funny thing, right? How about we speak about, what's his name? The defender for Portugal, the 41-year-old. Pepe, right? Now, Pepe, and this is the reason why I will tell you that in that game, there are 6 people I can mention who should be stealing the media shine. And Ronaldo is not even coming under any of them. Because first of all, is the fact that what you did were quite negative. And they've every single decision he's made yesterday, right? I feel like they've just been wrong. Yeah. But look at the likes of Pepe. You could see this is the oldest man on the pitch. This man, he did he saved. I mean, there was once where he almost, literally, that was the one-on-one that Slovenia had, right? The one where the guy was able to run past Pepe, and you could see. I'll be very sincere with you. That was the one situation I prayed while watching the game, and I was saying to God, please don't let this happen. Do you know the reason why? It's because I felt like this 41-year-old man, he's put his life on this game so much. He's lifted his team. You could clearly see that he's bringing the maturity that I expect to see from Cristiano Ronaldo. Both of them are the oldest people in that pitch. But you could see that one of them is acting 8. The other one is actually acting like he's 50. And you could see him trying to, put people together. Calm down. It's okay. And he made a mistake. And you could see, at that point, I nearly cried. I said, please do not fail Pepe at this point. Anything you want to do. And that was where we'll now come into Diogo Costa, because he obviously came out and he was, I don't know, he's a very good goalkeeper. I'm not going to lie to you. He's probably one of the best. I know we were mentioning Unai Simons for
No.
Sorry?
No, just talk about Diogo Costa. Not bring Unai into this.
No, but fact is, so far so good. The courage, the power, the will strength, everything he's done in that game from yesterday, I'm definitely going to give it to him, right? He did some crucial saves. All Black probably even did more, but because they've lost the game, we're not going to speak much about him, right? But bringing about these people who have taken that leadership, skills to play on that particular pitch, Pepe, right? I would give him the man of the match on a good day over any other Portuguese player. Sorry, apart from the goalkeeper, Diogo Costa. Pepe did a fantastic job. Why is his face not on the media? Why are people not speaking about how the fact that he's 41-year-old, they were not able to run past him to come? Why are we not speaking about? We are speaking about the man that's crying like a baby. We are speaking. Is the one that. Ronaldo, go and sit down, I beg you.
This is my big takeaway from this game is I look at that squad that Portugal have, the players they have, Palhinha, Vitinha, Leao, Fernandes, Bernardo Silva.
One of the best sides on paper.
On paper, the best players in the world. And this is my same issue with Gareth Southgate. And I see this with Roberto Martinez, especially when he was at Belgium. He had the quality of players, but Belgium we talked about, and we'll come on to this later, the golden generation, as they call it. These players are far beyond the level of Slovenia, with all due respect to Slovenia. On paper, Portugal should be winning comfortably against Slovenia. And when you're a manager that has that quality at your disposal and you're not able to utilise it in the correct way and put out a team that can win games well and comfortably, you have to look at Roberto Martinez and think it's a recurring theme. Belgium never won a major tournament with Roberto Martinez. The same with Portugal. I know he's been in the job for a lot shorter time, but he's failing to get this team moving in the right direction, and they're not impressing as much as I think they should be, because on paper, as we said, they're a fantastic team.
Yeah, I completely agree. I expected a lot more from them. They struggled against Slovenia, obviously. I really want to see this team step up because they will be taking next France, which I think if you initially told me 3 weeks ago France and Portugal are going to be one of the quarterfinalists, I would be very excited. I would think, what a great matchup. Two solid sides, amazing players on each. But from what I'm seeing so far, I think I've been let down by both sides in terms of the quality of football. And France, in the end, beating Belgium last night, 1-0. With an own goal. And actually, I think it was you saying that there was going to be an own goal.
Of course. I mean,
yesterday.
I've always been, every single prediction
The own goals
I've made.
in this Euros has been just fatal. Again, Belgium, unlucky, I think, there. An own goal situation. I mean, it's just unfortunate. What could you really do? Randall Colomwani takes the shot, and then it bounces off. Who did it bounce off in the end?
Tongan.
For Tongan. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Alex, I think the takeaway, though, here is that, I don't know, again, we still haven't seen France perform. We haven't seen them step up.
I've mentioned it before. I think, other than England and now maybe Portugal and probably Belgium, France are another team that have really disappointed me. Look at their group stage. You were expecting them to run away with the group. They didn't. I look in these knockout games. They're coming up against arguably their toughest test yet. Belgium are a fantastic team. They've got the players there, Kevin De Bruyne, Lois Openda, Romelu Lukaku, to beat France. France, they seem flat. They seem, I don't know, there's lacking in that fluidity. They seem a bit, I don't know, like they can't get out of first gear. And, I think if they come up against the side that is going to play them off the park, like a Spain or a Germany, I think they get beat quite comfortably. And this feels weird to say this about a France team that's, competed with Argentina and they went toe-to-toe in that World Cup final. They've won major competitions. They've got a fantastic squad. And Kylian Mbappe, obviously, so far, not leading the way, but he's one of their star players. They should be doing a lot better. I think that is another big thing for me and we've talked about this with our producer, Ben, who's quite upset about this. I think, the mask that Kylian Mbappe is wearing, you can see it is actually affecting him.
Yeah,
there was an instance yesterday where he had a shot and you could tell it takes away from your periphery vision. You can't, if you're turning, halfway, the goal's there and you're trying to shoot, you don't have that full vision. It does take it away from you. And
listen.
I still don't think Mbappe has been good enough, though. With or without the mask, he should be doing better.
You know me, and I understand that sometimes people really gets in their nerves when you tell people the truth, right? I mean, I'm looking through some of the comments.
Oh, I saw you open it, and I've been reading them.
Wait. Before we talk about France again, Ronaldo fans. You come and kill me. Come and kill me.
Oh my God.
As they pain them, he go there sweet us. As they sweet us, he go there pain them. Do you know that song?
No.
Oh God. As they pain them, he go there sweet us. Do you want me to explain that song to you?
No, let's talk about France. Let's talk about France. Don't get back here. We got to move along.
Ronaldo fans.
All right.
I like seeing them cry.
This is Sheldon This is finest.
Agent of chaos today, ladies and gentlemen. And all of you commenting are fueling the fire. I'll just tell you that much.
You guys, you weep. You weep.
Okay, guys, let's talk about France and Belgium really quick because we do have to move along. There are 2 matches later this evening. Anything else we want to say about France and Belgium? I think the major takeaway, obviously, France is not performing to the levels that we expect them to. And I think this France and Portugal game, it could be really bad. I think it could be very poor. I don't expect anything from them at this point, either side right now.
Speaking about...
I'm actually giving the edge, to Portugal.
I think just France. I think France, although they weren't playing to their full potential, they did look comfortable in parts, and you can see certain sparks there. And I think with this Portugal side, I'm yet to see that full fluidity with the attack that they have. I think France, on their day, they haven't disappointed me as much as Portugal have, and I think Portugal will struggle to beat France.
Let's look at what Kevin De Bruyne had to say after the France and Belgium match.
Does it hurt that the golden generation didn't achieve a final once again?
But what is a golden generation?
Yours.
Yours. And you say that France and England and Spain and Germany is not a golden generation? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Kevin De Bruyne very upset after this comment made by one of the pundits, Alex.
I mean, the pundit has come back, actually. I don't know if you've seen that he's come back and said, you know, players only like to answer questions about, you know, their team when they're winning. And he called Kevin De Bruyne a spoilt brat.
It's a bit much, to be fair. Like, you're also you're speaking to someone who just got knocked out at the Euros, knocked out by an own goal. Yes, Kevin De Bruyne didn't have a good tournament. Yes, Belgium didn't have a good tournament. But of course, emotions are going to be high. Like, take it with a grain. Yeah, it's a bit poor of the journalist to come back and then say.
I think, yeah, if you're asking, and this is my grievance sometimes when you hear these questions, is, you know, why haven't you won a competition? It's, you know. It's almost, in a way, it's a rhetorical question because you're wanting, the dream answer is for Kevin De Bruyne to go say, well, we're not good enough. He's obviously not going to say that. It's similar to asking, you know, how important was this player when he scored a hat-trick? You know, why didn't you win? It's a silly question. It's it's almost baiting the player into a reaction. And, you know, yeah, I'm not a fan of journalists do those sort of questions.
Listen, I think, you see, there's something going on in the world currently that's really I'm not a very huge fan of, and it's the fact that people just don't like hearing the truth, right? There's this whole thing about media where everybody just wants to sugarcoat it. Just the same way I'm telling you guys the fact that I'm disappointed that, you know, some people's goat is crying and people are trying to pamper him and give him water bottle to say, baby, baby, come and drink. Whatever anybody wants to say, right? Why shouldn't they have the freedom to ask? You are a superstar, right? The moment you signed up to become a superstar, the truth is you should be ready to take anything that comes to you. And you should not see it as there's some... I mean, we listened to what he said there. I think towards the end of it, he said something like stupid or whatever,
yeah, he was
right?
calling the journalist stupid or saying it was a stupid question.
No, for me, there are other ways you could handle it. Let me tell you something. Kevin De Bruyne, naturally, when you look at him, you would just know that he's just some angry dude. Like, you would think that he would take at least the combination of Kelvin Hart and maybe Trevor Noah which maybe Dave Chappelle to come together to make that guy laugh. Like, there's just something about Kevin De Bruyne that, you know, even if you ask him, Kevin, how's your daughter? Like, I'm sure he will look at you like, wait, like, no, don't even talk about my... Like, he's that... You could see that he's one... I understand the question they asked him probably came at the wrong time because of the situation they've had in the game. But it doesn't mean that there are no better ways for you to handle that kind of situation as somebody who is a superstar. Like the level where you are on at this point, you want to be able to manage this kind of media outburst where it's not going to come back to you negatively. Now, the response of that journalist at the end on social media, am I going to say it's wrong? No, fam, he's saying the truth. But the normal media these days, everybody wants to paint it, want to make superstar look like they're God. And then because somebody has just said what they would have said to an ordinary person, you now feel like, oh, yeah, you've gone away. If I probably would ask Kevin De Bruyne, yo, why did you play rubbish? This is my kind of person, right? I'm not going to come to tell him that, oh, today's game, you did well, but maybe not to the level where you would have expected, fam. You played rubbish as you played rubbish, man.
All right, we have to move along. It's time to now preview. Netherlands are taking on Romania, and here to join us is our friend Sander, our Netherlands football expert. Sander, welcome to the show.
Hello.
How are we feeling heading into tonight's match against Romania? Obviously, we've seen not the best performance from Holland in this Euros, like so many other massive teams.
Yes, we are also really disappointed. Especially about the game against Austria, we are expecting a lot more. We are really rubbish. I guess you already talked about it a few shows ago. It was not the best game we have, and I hope we see today a better team.
Do you think Xavi Simons is going to start tonight? Because we saw him not start the final match day, and I think that would be a poor decision, just my opinion. But do you expect Xavi to start?
I hope Koeman will start with him again, and yes, I hope it will put the team will play better than with him on the squad.
Alex, with the way Netherlands have been playing, we've seen that they can get scored on very easily. You know, they got scored on by Poland, they got scored on by Austria. How can they clean that up? Romania, you know, I mean, obviously not as strong of a team as either of these two, but we saw the blitz they put on the Ukraine earlier in the tournament.
I don't think we can count Romania out of this one.
I don't think we can at all.
You know, I've been really impressed with how they've performed, and I talked about their key to victory against Ukraine, being dogged in defence. Dragusin is that key part of the defence. But we've seen other players come through and shine. You know, Dennis Mann, Marin, Stanchu. They've got the players. And I think if they go about things in the right way, they could upset this Netherlands side. We've seen the playbook to beat them. You know, Austria, it was an entertaining game. It was a brilliant game, 3-2. I think Austria, you know, did the right things, and they've laid out the playbook on how to beat this Netherlands side. And yeah, I feel like Romania could surprise a few people, and we definitely shouldn't count them out, because the Netherlands haven't been I know Klinton predicted them to win the Euro.
No. Let's cancel. We've cancelled that prediction. Listen, right now, I am rooting for Romania, like from now till that kingdom come. In fact, I am hoping that they would even be the ones to win this tournament, because they've shown me that they are the team. They are part of the teams that have really come here prepared. Like, all the teams that we've underestimated, they are the ones that are surprising a whole lot of us. You know, England could have easily been taken out. Italy's gone out. Spain, after they scored the first goal, they would have taken 12 players to go defend, including their coach. But no, they didn't. They went to let Spain, who arguably are the best team in the tournament. And but this Romania, from what we've seen, Netherlands, I support you, but this time around is really going to be hard. Sorry, Sander, quick one here. In the Sander, sorry, how are you, by the way? Sorry, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Klinton, and I can see that you're having a very good time wherever you are, so, you know, currently. And you're looking for... But for some reason, you look very tense. You feel like, you know, Netherlands are probably going to get like 3-0 again.
No.
Do you have any kind of fear so far?
We're also really confident about ourselves in the Netherlands. So that's why. And yeah, we always have high expectations for ourselves. And I guess Netherlands will win again from Romania with 2-1. It was not an easy game, but that's not what I'm saying. And yeah, Netherlands will win, but with 2-1, I guess Romania will be stronger than we all thought.
Right. And sorry, just looking at your team in Netherlands, right? The truth is there's somebody who I've really been very upset with personally, and I believe if I meet this person in real life, this person is definitely collecting a punch. Because you don't understand how much I've gone to preach this person's gospel to everybody, to speak about how much I'm expecting. And so far, so good. This person has not delivered. Is the person of a Memphis Depay. Now, is this somebody that you always look forward to in that Netherlands team to do something magical that would mean that you guys would have some level of advantage over any team like Romania that they will be playing today?
Yeah, Memphis Depay is one of our best strikers at the moment, but the last 2-3 tournaments he not delivered what we all expected from him, and I hope he will take his chance this time. I hope he will score this time also. I hope that the goal against Austria will work on a good way for him, and also we have Wout Weghorst on the bench, so.
Big Wout. We love that. We love Big Wout coming to save the day for Netherlands, potentially again tonight. I mean, it would be incredible for him. Sander, we do have to let you go, but before we do, I really need to hear what your prediction is for tonight's match and who's going to score.
I guess Netherlands will win with 2-1. Romania will score the 1-0. I don't know who will score.
Okay.
I don't have the names. I have at the moment, sorry. And for Netherlands, we'll score Cody Gakpo. And then in the last minute, Wout Weghorst.
Wow, I love hearing that. Okay, well, I hope you enjoy the match. I hope it goes your way.
Yes,
and thank you so much for joining us. Take care.
Yeah, good luck with the show.
All right, Sander. From Sander to Darren, because we are moving along to Austria and Turkey. We are flying through today, guys. The final match is Austria and Turkey of the round of 16. And who better to join us than Darren, our Turkish football expert. Joining us again, Darren. How are we doing? Look at the smile on your face. You're ready.
Senior version of Cody Gakpo.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, yeah.
No, for real, trust me. And listen, I will still maintain it. You see, all Cody Gakpo just has to do now is just to go and get some serious, proper African bleaching cream, just a tiny bit, right? And he would look like Darren. No, but I mean, Darren is a way better version of
Or maybe I can replace him by wearing.
No,
the
you
jersey.
could, you know. Listen, if you come with me to Africa right now, I will make money with you. I will just be lying to people that we have Cody Gakpo in the building. We just need to do a few touch of makeups here and there, and boom, yo, we'll come back to Europe millionaires, bro.
Darren, talk to me. Last time we spoke and we saw you was ahead of the Portugal and Turkey match, and you were telling us that, in fact, Arda Güler would sit on the bench, and what a mistake that was, as Portugal obviously slammed you guys 3-0. Now we know Arda Güler is a starter, is he not?
Oh, for sure. Today he's gonna start for sure, and the potential 11 that you're showing right now, that's also what I saw in social media that that could potentially come up today. But as we spoke also in the Portugal game, the defense is a big problem. Like I remember stating this before the Portugal game on your show, the defense and the chemistry between the players, it was a huge issue. And we've seen on the Portugal game there was a really ridiculous own goal where one of our center backs were trying to pass back to the goalkeeper, and that's a huge chemistry and huge communication issue. So I hope today we won't have something similar, or else it would be a very hard time against Austria.
Listen, Austria, like we spoke about so much, like Switzerland actually, has grown into this tournament so well. You know, obviously they had a draw to Switzerland, they lost to France, but then they bounced back and beat Poland and beat the Dutch. This team is only getting better, it seems like, Darren. What are you most concerned about with this Austrian team right now?
I mean, Austria is actually right now, they're one of my favorites for the Euros, even though they're not one of the actual favorite teams.
Wow,
I believe they are one of the dark horses for sure. And the way that Ralf Rangnick implemented on his team in terms of gameplay is that they do the high constant pressure in the third area of the pitch really, really well. They're one of the best pressing teams in the tournament, in my opinion. So that's why when Turkey has the ball today, when we have the possession, we will have such a hard time trying to keep it away from the Austrian players. And also when they have the ball, they play a really good possession game. I don't know, it's a really, really tough game, to be honest, but hopefully, I hope we can somehow manage to make it through.
You talk about
it's going to be really tough.
You talk about that pressure, Darren, and obviously you mentioned the goal that you conceded against Portugal. Disappointing, to say the least. Do you think that? How do you think Turkey deal with that pressure in terms of, you know, we've seen how well Austria have played. I mean, to top the group, they've done really well. How do you think Turkey deal with that pressure and avoid making similar mistakes like they did?
Well, in terms of dealing against the pressure, is composure. Composure is definitely the top key to play against pressuring teams. And I believe that's why in the predictions for the lineup tonight, we see a change in the back line. In the center back, Samet Akaydın is not visible on the center back. He's not available. The coach is going to replace him probably. And I think this is one of the reasons, because he wants players who are more, who have higher composure, such as we've seen Merih Demiral. He has a bit more composure compared to Akaydın. I think he might do a bit better in terms of keeping the ball away from the pressure.
All right, Darren, I'm sorry to have to let you go so soon, but before I do, I need to ask you once again what your prediction is for this match. I know you're nervous, but say it with your chest.
Actually, I don't know why, but I have the feeling that this game will go to penalties. I'm predicting 1-1 or 0-0. Yeah, my heart will definitely explode, 100%, but I'm predicting penalties.
And who wins?
I don't know why, I just have that feeling. Who wins in the penalties? Hopefully Turkey. Hopefully Turkey.
At the end of the day, it's a 50-50
when you go to the
stuff,
penalties, when you go to the penalties, it's 50-50. It depends a lot on the goalkeeper also, but I trust our goalkeeper. We'll see.
He's great. Absolutely brilliant. All right, Darren. Well, enjoy the match tonight. Hopefully your heart doesn't explode.
Don't worry, if he explodes, we have a lot of fire extinguishers here. We'll find way to throw some away to you.
Thank you, Darren. Take care and enjoy the match.
Thank you.
All right, gentlemen. Well, we've flown through this show today, but before we leave, let's talk about our predictions, not for Turkey and Austria, but in fact, Romania and Netherlands. If we can get our predictions for that match, please, that would
be... I thought you wanted to say before we leave, let's cry at Ronaldo for like 1 minute.
We have time. How about you just let me? How about you just let me go? How about you let me do what I need to do? Literally, All right, I'm going 2-1 to Netherlands. Klinton's going 1-1, and Netherlands to... Is that what it says? I can't read that. Do you think Netherlands are going to win on extra time?
Yeah, I think they'll win extra time, yeah.
So, Netherlands in extra time. Alex is going Netherlands in extra time?
Penalties.
Penalties, okay. Gary, 1-0 Romania. Alex Bagley, 2-1 Romania. And the viewers are going 3-0 to the Dutch. If we couldn't all be more, you know, spaced out from one another.
I was tempted to go with Alex Bagley's because he's got the last two exactly right. So I don't know, maybe
you would do it and then it would be wrong. That's exactly. But because you're not doing it, it's going to be right.
I mean, there's a very possible. Literally, I think it's very. I mean, we've seen Romania play though. It's very much possible for them to take.
Absolutely, but if we've learned anything, it's going to be, you know, in the final minute. Wout Weghorst coming in hot in the 88th minute. You know, we've seen it with these big teams. We've seen it with France against Belgium. We saw it with England, England against Slovakia, Portugal against Slovenia. At the end, this is kind of what's happening. Maybe Romania can turn this coin over and be the, you know, the underdog that will go through. But that's it for us today, guys. Anything about Ronaldo? No.
Wait, there's something, wait. Ronaldo, if your goat has never cried on the pitch, during a game,
Yeah.
If your goat has never cried on the pitch during a game, raise your hands up.
All right, guys. Well, we will be back again on Friday previewing Spain and Germany and France and Portugal. This should be the biggest day in the Euros. These matches scream chaos. So we will be back again Friday. Follow all of our socials. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Klinton. And enjoy the football.
Ebwe.